Good morning, my beautiful people out there in this YouTube world. First thing I want to make clear, the only team I support is the team that is trying to find the truth and support Rob. That's the team I'm with. Truth, all other stuff, that don't move me because it's not for Rob. If it's not for Rob, I ain't going. Second thing I want to say is as much as I say I am going to leave this alone, stay away from it, here I come back again. I, as a family friend, I love Rob. I support him no matter what.
Excuse me.
I'm going to speak out on whatever I feel like speaking out, and I don't care what anybody thinks or what they say. If you want to post my record address, I don't give a damn. You don't move me. Now, with that being said, people, be advised that everybody in this fight is not in this fight for the truth. The truth. And as everybody let Tasha K get them all pumped up, he's coming home. He's coming home. Tasha K ain't did nothing but showed she's no better and no different than these other YouTube bloggers. You're having an argument with Angelo. Now I don't even know this to be fact. I'm just calling stuff the way I see it. You say Angelo, y'all were best friends, best buds, everything. Now y'all falling out, and now you want to flip the script. Flipping that script against Angelo is not going to help R. Kelly. Right. It's not going to help him. He has 29 charges. 29 charges. So, Tasha K is no different from the other bloggers. They get mad at people, and then the whole scenario changes. Last year, you hated Rob. You hated him. You did everything. Now, you people want to get on a bandwagon because it's obvious that she is feuding with Angelo. Make that make sense.
You
Like,
know, I wish these people would find some other transportation other than these damn bandwagons, because they just jump from one to another. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yeah. And so I look at her. She's no different from you other bloggers that are fighting with each other or get mad at the source, and then y'all tell everything. So, with that being said, Lady of Leisure, you can give your comment on Tasha K, and then I need for you to explain to me what happened with Don Russell from a legal standpoint, not from what the bloggers are saying.
Okay. You know, I've been following Tasha K since before she was, she had even 1,000 damn subscribers. Because my cousin who lives in Atlanta knows her, and she was like, "Oh, you should check out my girl." This is a while back, so of course I did, and I liked her commentary. You know, she was funny, and this was long before Rob. But when everything broke out with Robert Kelly, or right before, the case and everything, she started to do commentary on R. Kelly, and I would listen to it. I haven't followed her in a while, but I did see a couple of videos that she did recently discussing Angela. And, I heard her say, and it really hurt me because the one thing I didn't do was, and I don't think anyone should do, is bash the victims. And when she said, you and the Savages sold your daughters, well, who the fuck bought you, Tasha? That's what I want to know. Who bought you? Because for 2 years, Tasha K has been probably one of the most outspoken bloggers there is against R. Kelly. Hey, Tracy.
Hey,
And I just find that for a person of her stature in the YouTube world, because she's come a long way, and the information that she got from Angelo most definitely pushed her up that ladder. I don't know what transpired. I don't care. I just feel as if whatever happened, I don't even know if anything happened with them or not. I don't know.
whatever.
But I just feel like you're wrong because, you know, for years she's been saying, I never disclosed my source, but yet I hear you telling everybody what all Angelo told you. And that put her on the map. That inside information that Angelo was giving to her put her on the map. So I don't see how you can turn around, now that you've found yourself another space on the map and out him and go against him the way that she has. I chalk it all up to what I chalk it all up to with all the rest of the damn bloggers. It's all about money. She's come a long way. She's gotten all of these supporters now. She's vying for a TV show, and she has to keep her content relevant, and she has to keep her subscribers, at a certain rate. And I just think that it's sad that she had no other way to do that than to out somebody that called her a sister, that she discussed several times how great of a relationship they had, how he's helped her. Like, who bought Tasha K? That's what I want to know. Who she's talking about? You sold your daughters to R. Kelly. Well, who the fuck bought you? Is what I want to know. I think it's sad, you know, that especially again for a black woman to have to take that route to progress. I just think it's sad.
So it's typical with her, like the rest of the people, the rest of the bloggers.
No, it's not typical with her, and that's what makes it so sad to me, because this man has done you a great service in terms of your YouTube channel. You know, he could have He could have gone to anyone with that information.
Yeah.
Bluetooth connected.
It didn't have to be her.
Yeah.
He could have gone to anyone with that information. But her being a black woman and being from Atlanta, he wanted to support her and elevate her, and he went to her. So for her to turn around and publicly attempt to degrade him, because I'm sure he's not degraded, but that's her attempt, you know, to degrade him and again get more viewers, because now I didn't hear it for myself because I only watched a couple of clips from the videos, but I heard that she said, I'm starting to think he might not be guilty. Like, really? Really? She's pretending like, oh, now they're all for you when it's their narrative, but as soon as the narrative changes, the narrative didn't change. Tasha K has not found out anything today or this past week that she didn't know a year ago. The only thing that's changed is the elevation in her position. That's the only thing that's changed.
Okay. So,
I
but
just
I look
can't.
at it.
Now,
I look at her like you are no better than the rest of these people. You know.
I look at her as if she's worse than the rest of these
Yeah.
people.
Okay. Because you know
Because he helped
you
her.
got your information. Y'all was
Exactly.
buddy
And
buddy,
then she had the
and now y'all to
audacity
sell
to
out.
say,
Y'all to
she
sell
had
out.
the audacity to say that he used her. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?
So
You
she's
know,
no different than none
there
of
were
the other people.
bloggers who would have paid for the information that he gave to her. Hell, there were major networks that would have paid for the information that he gave to her. Anyway, enough of her. Done with it.
Okay,
Um,
so Tracy Porter says, do you feel like Tasha K is against rap?
well, she's been against him for 2 years. I don't know what her position is right now. You know, I don't know what her position is. She has been against him since this all came out. Um, she's talked about him like a dog. You know, she sat up and told Jocelyn to go home. He's not getting out. He's never getting out. You know, he don't want you. He wants Azriel. She's talked against him for the past 2 years. Now, where this sudden revelation came from, I don't know. I don't care. I think it's real fucked up the way that she's talking about Angelo Clary. It's just fucked up.
Well, what I'm pissed off about is that now she's got his supporters thinking like just just with Azriel, like he might be innocent. He's got 29 charges.
Right. You
Come
know,
and tell me you've got information that can get every charge dropped against him before you get all of his supporters all hyped up.
well, first of all, again, that's all for likes, views, and subscribers. It's just like the same thing I tell you about politics. When you run out of people, you got to find a new voter base. She has to find a new viewer base. So her new viewers are now R. Kelly's fans. You understand?
Yes.
She's at her plateau. Well, I need new viewers now because I have to keep all of these investors satisfied. I have to keep all of these sponsors satisfied so they can keep paying me, you know, so I can keep progressing. So I need more views. Well, where will I get them from?
And also, what is talking about Daryl Johnson? Everybody knew he was a snake. What the former crisis manager? What does that have to do with Rob Case? Talking about him. Everybody
Talking
knew he
about
was a
who?
snake. Daryl Johnson. Remember the crisis
Girl,
manager?
of course I remember Daryl Johnson. I don't know why they're talking about him. They're slow. They're just slow.
Yeah,
Because
because
I
talking
was
about
already
him,
out at Daryl Johnson damn near a year ago. So I don't even know. Girl, I can't with the majority of his supporters. I just can't.
and I'm thinking,
You
we
know,
knew
they
all
live in
this
that
stuff a
damn
year
river, the
ago.
Nile.
He was scumbags, but now that Tasha K is saying it, like it's some new revolutionary march now, and it's like this is all stuff that she is doing to get fans or supporters, but Daryl Johnson, him being a crook, is not going to help rap.
Well, nothing that they're doing is again, and I've said this from the very beginning. None of this is to help Rob. None of it.
No, not
None
when you
of it
got the thieves,
is to help
liars,
Rob.
stealers, bringing
It
people
is
on stage.
all
Sorry.
for clout, likes, views, money. Nothing that any of these bloggers have done has helped Rob in any way. I mean, what charge was dropped? What witness was let go? None of this is for Rob. It's all for them.
Them to steal, make money, say they talk to people,
Them to
everybody,
build their platforms,
and to
to
build their
build their
platforms.
to build their platforms.
Hello, hello to hell. Hello, Tracy. Yeah, you know. And just like, and because I
Okay,
say
to
what
hell. Well, you
I say,
pay attention to that road, baby.
yeah, pay attention to the road. But here this woman come bringing up stuff from a year ago. Obviously, she's in a fight with Angelo, and y'all want to act like she the gospel.
But
I'm
that's
going to
how they
say this.
act with everybody who says something in favor of R. Kelly or against the victims or their families. That's how they act with everybody who said that. You know, if I came out and said something negative about Azriel or Angelo, we'd have more goddamn viewers than we ever had before.
Well, I'll never do that.
Neither will I.
No,
Neither will
the
I.
people I went after when we were suing them, they made books and everything. So and that's the end of the story with that. So,
Right.
but other than that, I would never, you know, I would
Well,
never do
look,
that. Yeah.
I have said negative things about Angelo in the past. I have. He knows that. I told him that. I apologized to him. Um, you know, it is what it is. I've never said anything negative about Azriel or any of the big, and that's what I told him when I apologized. Look, I never said anything against your daughter, but I have said things against you, and I want to apologize to you for that because I was wrong and I was misinformed. Point blank, period.
Well, I never, I would go over there a few times back in the day, in the beginning, because I was seeing what people's thoughts was. And one thing I always did like about Angelo, and he always said he didn't want to see the man go to prison for the rest of his life. He just wanted him to get the help that he needed.
Right.
And
Right.
so, you know, I couldn't do nothing but respect him for that. And if you had mature adults that was actually, if you're actually in this fight just for the truth, or you got a solid open mind, you should be able to respect everybody's opinion or their views and not be mad. You know, um, these folks done went crazy. Read Tracy Porter's comment, please.
They've been crazy.
Yeah.
What actual evidence do these bloggers have on Rob? I have no idea. I mean, I have no idea. You know,
They have none, but they make up lying teams and tell people that you know, they've talked to him and stuff. So, but he still ain't home yet.
right.
So,
I have no
you
idea. As far as I know, the only people who have evidence is the government. Okay, that's all I know.
right.
Let's see what else is going on. Okay, we know that Richard Arline Jr., who is the guy who attempted to bribe Azriel with $500,000 uh, to not cooperate with the feds, has pled guilty. Was that yesterday or the day before?
So
He
in
pled
other
guilty.
words, if it was really about the money, Azriel could have took the bribe, huh? And just disappeared.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But she's not stupid. She's a very smart girl. She's a very smart girl. Um, you know, she went through what she went through, but she's a very smart girl.
And that ain't no news. That ain't nothing to be sharing what Tasha K is saying, because her and Angelo are in are feuding with each other.
Well, we don't know that. We don't know that they're feuding with each
But we
other.
don't know if they're feuding or, she's attempting to get more viewers. Uh, she's in the
All I
limelight.
know is that
She
she's
she
speaking
is
out against him.
yeah,
I don't know if he said anything against her. I don't care.
right.
Um, so I don't know if they're feuding. I was sent a couple of her commentaries that she did regarding Angelo. And I just thought that it was a terrible thing for her to do because, again, I followed her since she had no damn followers. And I know how much he's helped her, and I know how much she has praised this man and talked about what a wonderful relationship they had and all of this stuff. And then now, all of a sudden, you know, you flip the script.
Well, that's what and of course the people that's drama filled, they're flocking to her instead of questioning her
The
motive.
people, of course, the people who are drama filled, the people who are in absolute
Because
denial,
I
because
think if nothing,
Rob's fans are in total freaking denial. Anybody that says what they want to hear, they run to them.
519.
yeah, hold on, that's my
Tracy Porter says, okay, go, I'll go ahead.
okay.
Why didn't Rob not seek help after getting a pass in his first indictments? Well, we don't know. We're not Rob. We can't answer that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The only thing I would be doing is guessing. I don't know. Maybe he didn't feel he needed help. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But people who need help the most are the ones who don't go get it. How many crackheads just run and go get help? I mean, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Um. Yeah. I wish I had the answer to that, Mr. Tracy. I really do. I wish I had the answer to that. But like I said last year, after Daryl Johnson left, everybody knew, you know, how, you know, make me understand how he can be a setup or anything. He came in um, uh,
After he was charged,
after he was charged, and
like,
they
first of
probably
all,
shouldn't, you know,
I don't even want anybody to attempt to explain it to me because they're all gonna come with their damn conspiracy theories.
yeah.
And I have just OD'd on conspiracy theories. I cannot. I just cannot hear another one.
Well,
Okay?
if the man was a scam artist, he was going wherever he can go for the money. You know,
Exactly.
if he was a scam artist, if the man is a scam artist, that means he scammed, well, what they say,
He's
Michael
scamming.
Avenatti, and then he scammed the lawyers, Stephen Greenberg. So he's a scam artist. We know that. Okay. How is that going to help Rob's case with him being a scam artist? Make that make sense to me. How
Please
is
don't ask them because again, they're gonna come with a damn conspiracy theory.
how is
You know,
that helping his case focusing on a scam artist who has scammed people out of money? I mean, you got people right now scamming people with this COVID getting money. So back again. How how does focusing on this Daryl Johnson stuff that happened a year ago help Rob?
or Angelo. How does
The
focusing
man is
on
a scam
Angelo help
artist.
Rob? None of this helps Rob. Tasha K has taken old news, put a twist on it, and made it new again. Like, get the fuck out of here. How stupid are you people?
And y'all
Like, really,
and
how stupid are you people?
yeah.
Tracy said
And
some
the
people
thing,
will not admit they need help. Exactly. And the problem is they don't admit it to themselves.
yeah.
You know, it, my grandmother used to say, crazy people don't know they crazy and nasty people don't know they nasty. So, people don't see themselves the way that some others around them may see them. You know, an alcoholic don't believe they're an alcoholic. So maybe Rob didn't think that he needed help at that time.
Yeah,
Some people don't know
it's all about the
that
money.
they are sick.
Yeah. It's all about the money. Money, views to become popular off Rob's name. Oh yeah, and then maybe they could marry him when he's
When he's never
elected.
released
When
and they
he's
can go to
released,
Africa.
they can marry him. They can join his team. They all got motives. You know, so it's just ludicrous to me. Ludicrous. That
Yeah.
because Tasha K done flipped the script, whatever her reasoning is. You
Right. And I
talked
saw a
about the
comment.
man for a whole year like a dog, and all of a sudden,
Shit, 2 years. She
2
talked
years,
about him for 2 years like a dog.
you done had a light bulb moment, a light bulb moment. And if you did have a light bulb moment, for me, if you can't get rid of all of his charges, don't even get on YouTube. Why are you talking? I mean, get rid of all of his charges. Find me somebody that's going to get rid of all of his charges, and then I will sing and praise you. Sing, dance, praise, party, everything. If you can get all of his charges dropped, then you gonna be my hero. And I hope all of the supporters hero. Because doing this type of stuff ain't helping his case. It does nothing for his case.
I don't
If you
even
sit
think.
there and you watch these people, I'm just in awe. In awe. Then the people that bring you the facts about the case, you want to talk about it. Talk about them.
Attack them.
Attack them.
Attack their families. Post their addresses and shit. Like, I mean, again,
Attack
I
me because
said
I
long
don't give a
ago,
damn. If the white
these
man
people
didn't do
are
it, they can shut us
insane.
about you ignorant Negroes on YouTube. And
These people are insane. It's insanity to me. They are insane.
yeah.
They're truly insane. I have never seen so many people with mental illness in one place in my life.
Yeah, because half of them look like that. And stop using God.
Oh,
God
yes, Lord.
humbles people. He humbles people.
Yeah, God gonna be the judge. No. Ann Donnelly's gonna be the judge. God the judge. Do
God
you
humbles
realize
people
that God judges
to
in
sit
the
them down.
afterlife? Not in this one.
Right.
Not in this life. He judges in the afterlife, not in this life. So God is not going to be the judge, and Donnelly's going to be the judge. Okay?
And I can't wait to hear a beautiful testimony from Rob. God humbles people, you know. They'll want, but all of these other people talking about God.
Yeah, I get tired of them throwing God in
Some
the
of y'all are
case,
bust hell wide open.
because you guys act like God only sees Robert. I'm sure he saw all the victims as well. Hmm. How do you know that this isn't God's work? How do you know that Rob being in jail without bond isn't exactly what God ordered? How do you know that? It could be exactly what he ordered. But no one ever looks at it that way because, according to them, in their mentally ill, delusional state, they believe that Robert Kelly is completely innocent.
Let me tell you something. As much as I love him, I know he is a human being. Okay, people? We have all made mistakes. We are a flesh. We are
There
a
are
flesh.
no
I
perfect
love
people
him
on
as
this
a
planet.
family friend, but you know that I've never put anybody on a pedestal where they are perfect.
Right. There are no perfect
My
people on
heroes
this planet.
are
None.
people I know that have survived stuff, you know. But to sit up and say this person is perfect, this person is perfect, no, no,
You
no.
know, not he could not have possibly done any of these things. Like, what world do you live in?
Okay, so
Michelle
read
says,
read what Michelle said.
yeah, Michelle says, so Tasha doesn't have the right to change her opinion based on
Four,
things she found
eight,
out and make it
five,
right since she
five,
publicly destroyed him
eight,
for years.
4, 5, 3. No. Hello. Hello.
She absolutely has the right to change her opinion, but she hasn't found out anything. Whatever she's saying to you today, she knew a fucking year ago. She knew 2 years ago. So
She knew all this
I don't
information.
have a problem with her changing her opinion.
And
I've
hello and
certainly
welcome,
changed
Michelle.
mine.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with her changing her opinion. I have a problem with her dragging Angelo Clary, who helped her ungrateful ass. That's what I have a problem with. Okay? Tracy Porter says nobody is perfect. We all have flaws that we deal with every day. Absolutely. There is not a perfect person on this planet. You know, when you get to a point where you've done nothing wrong and you're perfect, you leave this world because you're too damn good for this world.
Yeah. Don't look at it. Okay.
You know, so again, a lot of his fans are just absolutely delusional.
Yeah.
Absolutely delusional.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Hey,
I
Vernon.
I I could I could have
Yeah.
I could think of them somewhat normally if they would say, you know what? I don't give a damn what he did. I'm going to support him anyway. I could respect that. I could respect you saying, you know what? He may have did it, or I think he may have did it, but I just love his music so much. I don't want him to go to jail. I could respect that. But for you to say he is completely innocent, every goddamn body, over 100 damn witnesses are all lying, all the evidence is made up or doesn't exist. Like, I pray that you get the help that you need because you're insane. You have you are completely detached from reality. And when you are detached from reality, you're insane. So I pray for you to get the help that you need. But I
Um,
can't entertain insanity.
yes, Vernon, we are talking about Tasha K. Of course, you know I am a a supporter of Robert Sylvester Kelly's. I support him no matter what. I We had a family relationship with him, and I support him no matter what. But there is a blogger, Tasha K, who dogged him out for 2 years. She knew and was, I know, Vernon, it is. I know you don't, but we are just
Hey
talking
Pam.
about the blogger
Hey Miss
that
Margaret.
has, hey, Miss Margaret, that has all of a sudden switched switched on him. Um,
Miss
it
Margaret, I'm gonna
wasn't
try to watch my
I,
mouth.
I just don't personally feel like it's her conscience. I think it's to get more views and she's moved up some because the people that was against him helped her build up her platform. And so that's just how I feel personally. Now, in the meantime, we have another person that is, and I like to tell people the case from the prosecution side. So what Miss Margaret, I mean, what Lady Alicia is getting ready to do is she's going to talk about what happened to with Don Russell, who is a person that that Michelle Michelle, it's only my opinion.
Can
Angelo
you put that
helped
comment
her
up?
build up her platform. Now she's flipped on him. So that's my opinion. Okay.
And
Now,
mine.
can you talk about what happened with Don Russell? If everybody doesn't know, Don Russell, yeah, explain to the audience who Don Russell is. My point, Michelle, and to anybody else, what Tasha K says about Angelo or anybody else does not help his case. Until they can bring me somebody that's going to get all of his charges dropped, I don't care about them. Oh my God, Michelle.
Just ignore.
Yeah, talk what you want to
Ignore.
talk. Okay, could you explain to them about who is Don Russell and what happened with Don Russell in court today?
Um, okay. Don Russell is a self-proclaimed ex-manager of R. Kelly's, a confidant. What did he call himself? A consultant. Basically, he worked with R. Kelly. They were friends. Don was charged with calling in threats to Lifetime to get them to stop airing the screening of Lifetime. There was a bomb threat. There was a threat that there was a guy there with a gun, uh, going to shoot things up if they didn't stop the screening. And Don is the person charged with making those threats. Yesterday, Don had a status hearing in court, and it was no big deal. It was just a status hearing. But what I noticed is that Ann Donnelly was presiding over Don's Russell case yesterday, which is the first time because he was his that wasn't his judge in the beginning. His judge was Peggy Kuo. So they had transferred the case over to Ann Donnelly because, of course, Don Russell's case is intertwined with R. Kelly's case because he was doing these things for R. Kelly. Okay. Oh, and where are those fans now? They ain't never gonna connect it. Rob didn't have nothing to do with that. How he gonna have something to do with that and he in jail? Well, they are now connected, people. Oh, it must be nice to live in delusion. Anyway, Don Russell is negotiating a plea agreement. So he's going to take a plea. And there was just a status hearing yesterday. Like I said, it was no big deal. It was just a status hearing. He got a continuance until May 17th. That's a long continuance. And they excluded the time in interest of justice. And what that means is that basically they stopped the clock because, everybody knows about everybody's entitled to a speedy trial. So excluding time means that we're going to stop the clock the speedy trial clock. We're going to stop it here, and we're going to exclude that time, so that time isn't counted against the time that the government has to, get you a speedy trial. So, again, it wasn't a big deal. The big deal was that he was in front of Judge Ann Donnelly and not the judge that he had been before previously. So, that absolutely lets us know that they've connected the two cases formally, and that, well, we knew he was taking a plea deal, but he's taking a plea deal. They're working out the terms of the plea agreement, and I found it very telling that they extended this continuance until May, because R. Kelly is set to go to trial in April. So, and this is just my opinion, it's my opinion that they set that trial date, I'm sorry, that they set his next status hearing in May, because they want to see if he's going to testify in April at R. Kelly's trial, and they want to see, what his testimony, how his testimony is going to help them to convict Robert.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, Coco.
Hey, Coco. Now, also, so basically, Don Russell went before Ann Donnelly. He had been going before another judge, but now he goes to Ann Donnelly.
Exactly.
Okay. So that means something's being worked out as far as what I can see. So,
well, it means they've connected the two cases, is what it means.
Okay.
Okay.
So and then Richard Arlene, he
pled guilty.
Pled guilty too.
Yeah, he pled guilty to attempting to bribe Azriel. Yes, he pled guilty. I forget when they sentenced him. It's in June. I think they sentenced him in June. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that.
I need for all of his fans, because the judge in New York has allowed Rob to be able to keep sensitive evidence in his case with him in his cell, provided that he does not discuss the information to anyone other than his attorneys or staff working with the attorneys. So if you really love Rob, stop talking about him. Stop talking about anybody in the case. Stop talking about him.
Well, the damage is done.
Because, they're all looking for something.
The damage is done.
Okay.
The damage is done. We're what? Not even 2 weeks away from pre-trial conference. The damage has been done. We've said this for 2 years. We asked them, don't do this, don't do that. And I don't know what his fans thought they were doing by intimidating witnesses and breaking the damn law. I don't know. I don't know if they thought this was a game. I don't know what they thought.
Even the people that was, it's bad enough in this case. You got all of his former employees testifying against him. But now you got people that was doing stuff, thinking in their mind that they were helping him, And hell, now they've been, they plead
And they
guilty
were
and stuff.
hurting him.
And they were
And
hurting him.
you guys got an honorable mention.
So, you
You
know,
fans got an honorable mention in court. Yes, you did.
yeah, like they think all of the fans are crazy. Y'all gonna do something to the witnesses, the victims, and they've
The
been able to
jurors.
prove their point.
Exactly. And you keep proving their point over and over again. And it seems not to make you a bit of difference. So have at it because the damage has already been done. You know, there'll likely be more indictments, and maybe some of you guys can be in them.
Well, and like I say, what Tasha K is doing is not helping his case. You talking about his former crisis manager. That's not, he was a con artist. He conned Michael Avenatti. He conned Steve now. He's a con man, a professional con man. We have them all the time. That's not getting ready to help his charges get dropped.
But I don't think that's their goal. I think they just need to fit in somewhere. Um, and they join these groups and these teams, and I don't know the purpose. There seems to be no goal. There definitely has not been a positive outcome through any of it. So I don't understand what it's all for.
And
I,
now the you know, just find me somebody that can get his charges dropped before y'all hollering, oh, Kale's getting ready to get out. He get ready to do this.
they've been saying that for 2 years. Is he out yet?
And I'm thinking, really? She's talking about Angelo and Azriel. He's got 29 charges. Tasha K ain't no hope.
And
Well,
that's just in and that's just in New
and
York.
if CBS did pay him under the table, well, he sure messed up with doing that interview. They should have paid him 3 times as much. Because after watching that interview on Gayle King, I was livid when he said the parents sold their kids to me. I'm like, oh my God, you just saying you bought kids? You bought kids?
Right.
I'm
Right.
like, oh no, you didn't. I'm crying like, oh, I cannot believe he said this. Like, really?
Yeah, I stopped
Really?
watching. I'm like,
Really? I cried like a baby for an hour. Like, oh my God, he said he bought. Oh my God.
I didn't cry like a baby. I was just I'm like, where in the heck are his attorneys? Like, I knew, listen, I knew when he did that interview, I knew when they were advertising this interview, I knew there was no way in the world that his attorneys had allowed him to do it. I knew he did it against their advice. I knew that he did. Because no attorney in the world would allow you to do a damn talk show. In the position that he was in, and I was livid. And I'm like, where in the hell are his attorneys? And here you've got this Daryl Johnson there parading around, looking like somebody's damn thug bodyguard in a suit, talking about he's a crisis manager. Well, had you prevented a damn crisis, he wouldn't be on this show.
I
You
like what
know,
Phoenix. I like what Phoenix Rising said. Tasha
Phoenix says
K.
Tasha K is playing the golf game to be in position for the trial. Well, I don't know. I don't know because Tasha K is not a real reporter, so I don't think
Yeah,
Tasha gonna be at the trial.
yeah,
I'm pretty sure that
yeah.
you
That's what
know
I'm saying. People not even looking at it because only so many people due to COVID is going to be allowed.
exactly.
She might be trying to do this to be at the trial to get the ratings and get the scoop. That's what I say. She might be doing all of this. I don't know. Yeah,
First of all,
but I can believe it.
I don't think anybody, not even Steve, well, especially not Steve. I take that back. I shouldn't even say not even Steve because I don't think that Steve is stupid at all. I mean, I've seen Steve work. I know some of his cases. Steve really is an excellent damn attorney. He really is. Um, I don't think there is anyone in this case that's going to allow Tasha K in a courtroom. You know, unless she has some really great press connections, she's not press. The people, they already have the number of people that are going to be at this trial. And again, with the restrictions of COVID, anybody outside of console and their people and the government and their people and the sheriffs and just the employees at the courthouse, it is going to be extremely limited, the people that they're going to allow inside that trial. It's going to be extremely limited, you know. And I know they have the number. They've been have the number. So it's going to be so many outside people can come in from this side and so many can come in from that side. And that's going to be it. You're not going to be able to just walk up in the trial.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, put that last question back up.
Okay.
If they are using social media in his charges, you better believe they will use her information she gathered. Oh, they've been using her information. Tasha K has been sending information to the feds for 2 years.
And that's what I say. Now she's got a free
Tasha K
moment.
has been sending information to the feds for 2 years against R. Kelly.
But everybody want to jump on the bandwagon now.
Miss Margaret says, which accusers were supposedly sold? What was real ages?
Yeah, Miss
Well,
Margaret, we don't know. If
their
you go
ages.
look on that Gail King interview, and he said the parents sold their kids to him.
Yeah, he said that on the Gail
And
King interview. He said they sold them to me.
after he
And Gail
said
King
that,
said they
I got to
sold them to
crying like
you.
a baby because I
Yeah.
just couldn't believe he actually sat there and said he bought.
And he was talking about Azriel and Joycelyn in that interview. He said that their parents sold them to him. That's what he said. Tracy Porter says social media will have some huge impact on the R. Kelly trial because we have so many fans across the world. I don't. Well, I I don't know about that. I don't know. It's already had an impact because again they just got an honorable mention. They just got an honorable mention, in the last court filings from the prosecution. Discussed how, his fans will do anything that people that don't even know him. His fans, yeah. They got an honorable mention.
Well,
That was a big mistake. Yes, it was.
yeah. Miss Margaret,
What were their ages? I'm not sure, but I think Joycelyn was 19 and Azriel was 17 at that time.
yeah,
But Miss Margaret, their ages don't even matter because you can't sell people.
yeah,
That's slavery.
yeah, yeah,
The selling of people is not legal in the United States of America. It is a crime.
yeah.
Phoenix Rising says, what does sold mean according to the parents? They received no money from Rob. So what does it mean? Well, Phoenix, we know what sold means. Let's not
Yeah,
do the semantics here.
yeah.
He
I
said
mean,
that
he
their
said,
parents sold them.
yeah,
So we know what sold means. So, again, it doesn't matter if their parents got money or they didn't get money. What matters is the man sat on national TV and admitted to committing a crime.
yeah. After that Gail King interview, I
It,
mean,
it was a wrap. He was
I just
done.
like started crying. I'm like, no, you didn't, Rob. Rob, you said what? The parents sold them to you. Oh my God.
Yeah, I stopped watching. I don't watch TV anyway, but I did want to see that interview because I just couldn't help it. I knew it was going to be a train wreck. It always is. Even when you have accusers who sit there with their attorneys, it's a train wreck. Look at that little girl. That the bottom line is anyone accused of a crime should never ever do a goddamn interview. Ever. Ever.
Read
I
what the
don't care
Facebook
if you
user
have the
just
best
said.
attorneys in the world.
Read what the Facebook user just said. We are not,
Facebook user
see, this
says,
is what people had to understand.
okay,
It don't even matter what the ages are. He said their parents sold them to me.
okay,
So to those
Facebook
that
user
can't
says,
comprehend, he bought. If they sold, he bought.
exactly, which is
The
illegal.
worst mistake he could have ever made. It doesn't matter their ages. He said they were sold.
Exactly.
So you bought whatever kind of way you bought. He said this, not me, not anybody. This is what Rob said. And I wept like a baby because I could not believe he had said that, because regardless of their ages, that means you were buying.
Exactly. But Facebook users comment says those were grown women, adult. Can you put the comment back, please? Facebook users comment.
Oh. Well, Phoenix Rising has put they have to prove his words. He said it on the Gail King show. He said
What
it.
do you mean they have to prove it? What? All they got to do is run the tape. What do you mean? He said it. Facebook users said those were grown women, adults is 18, both were legal. Um, Azriel was 17, and although 18 may be of legal age, it's legal age. It's not grown women. It's just legal age. And it's only legal age to do some things because you still can't drink. So how grown are you? Still can't get in a bar or club, you know?
At the end of the day,
In federal law, anything under 18 is illegal despite state law.
um, I do believe the parents should be held accountable. But again, we are talking about Rob, how we can
So
get.
when what are the consequences for the parents? Well, the parents haven't been charged with anything.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that, having their daughters kept away from them for several years and exploited sexually.
Now I ain't gonna say all that because I still say them girls could have went home whenever they wanted to go home.
Yeah, well, you can say it, but it's just not the damn truth.
Well, and
It's
me
not
and
the
us
damn
go back
truth.
and forth. Any of
It's
them
not the
girls could
damn
have left
truth.
when they ordered food or they had cell phones. They could have left. So
They could not have left. Stop it. Don't do that because they couldn't have left.
yeah,
They couldn't have left.
right.
Rob's been in jail 2 goddamn years. Can Jocelyn leave? Hell no. Hell no,
I
she
don't want
can't.
her to leave because we don't know. She might flip out and change up on them. So let her stay right wherever she at. Yeah.
Well, look, Azriel has given him everything. Jocelyn don't know shit anyway. The only thing she know, he's told her of late.
Yeah.
You know, she
Read
knew
Tracy
nothing.
Porter's comments.
Tracy says, true lady of leisure, Rob said it himself that those girls were sold to him. That's sex trafficking. Absolutely.
And then,
Absolutely. It wouldn't matter if they were 18 or 180. You can't buy people.
yeah. Man,
Coco
I
says,
tell you.
yes, he was the adult in the situation, should have never engaged with young girls, period. I agree.
Yeah.
You know, I agree with that.
Yeah. So, um, that Gail King interview, I think
Oh, that was
hurt
so
him,
sad.
and they will run that interview in that trial. They will have him say, they will show the jurors where he say the parents sold me kids, sold their kids to me. They sold
They
to me.
sold them to me.
And
And Gail King was shocked. She said they sold them to you. I turned to TV. I thought, I cannot believe they let him do this.
Miss Margaret, he's preparing. Um, he has all of the information now. Um, he has Rob has been given all of the information, so he can look over it, and then an assistant for the attorneys. Um, they can. I guess they've appointed a person that can go over what he has, but he cannot discuss it with anybody. All of the information. So he knows now what they have. That was just breaking news.
Okay, let me stop. Let me stop you right there. Miss Margaret, he has always known what they have. Okay? And no one has stopped him from preparing for trial. What you all need to understand, that is all talk by his attorneys to keep you guys excited and engaged. Robert doesn't prepare for trial anyway. His attorneys prepare for trial. Robert will sit there and not say a word. Robert is not doing his own trial. He's not representing himself. He's not defending himself. He has an entire team of attorneys to do that. His attorneys are the ones who have to prepare for trial. Now, it's not, it's their responsibility to prepare him for what they're going to do. That's his attorney's responsibility. So, but his team of attorneys are going to be defending him after trial. Yeah. It's their job to prepare themselves. It's their job to be prepared. The only thing that they have to do with him is to explain things and, discuss their strategy. So they're not stopping him from preparing for trial. They were asking for 2 specific pieces of evidence. That was it. They weren't asking for, discovery of everything, because they have everything. The only thing that they did not have were the statements of the witnesses and any testimony that they may have given that may be contradictory or that may help Rob. That's what they were asking for. That's it. They have all of the discovery. They have access to all of the videotapes. They have everything. And they've been had it. So, they could prepare for trial and they could prepare him if they wanted to. They've had all of the discovery for a very long time. And if he can't read, then what good is it for him to have that particular evidence?
Yeah, I'm just trying to,
Yes, Coco. Coco says, yes, I'm sure the attorneys have everything. Yes, Coco, they have everything. They've been had everything.
And it's 2 pieces of evidence that the
3,500 and I can't remember the other one right offhand. I'm brain dead.
That they are not giving to them until 45 or 60 days before the trial.
I don't even think it's that long, but yeah.
But then again, like I said, don't get caught up in this hyper Tasha K. Tasha K can't get none of his charges reduced. Talking about Daryl Johnson, a con artist, is not going to help Rob, because he had nothing to do with the charges. He just conned his way in. Just like some of these people, some of these bloggers, they con artists too. They telling people they talk to them and stuff. So what's the difference? All of y'all, right. Let's say y'all part of his team.
They getting married. They going to Africa. All of this,
so they're con artists too. So what's the difference from them and some of these bloggers and so-called supporters that have stolen from him? People that was stealing people money, saying that they will make sure he meet Rob. So this shouldn't be news that gets y'all up in a frenzy that he's getting ready to come out. Because I look at the case from all eyes. And I'm looking at some things that, like the Gail King interview. I'm looking at things differently now. Until if Tasha K can maybe
Get
get
some
an
charges
interview,
dropped.
yeah, if she can get that taken out, then I'll follow her. If she can go get a jailhouse interview with him right now, then Tasha K would be relevant to me. Other than
Oh,
that, for a
oh,
woman that set up
explain.
for a woman that set up for 2 years and talked about him like a dog, sent information to the prosecution about him. Now I'm supposed to think she's for him? Hell to the no, no.
Phoenix Rising said the prosecution had possession of materials that would help his defense. They said it in court. They did not want the defense to have that information. Not quite what they said. That may have been your interpretation, but that's not what they said. And no, they don't want to give the information until they're required by law to give it. It's not that they don't want him to have it, they're not required by law to give it.
Yeah. Um, yeah,
To Revelation. But see, Miss Margaret, what you have to understand or look at, I shouldn't say what you have to understand. That was a wrong choice of words. What you have to look at is that whatever people say about any of the victims, it's what they say. You know, whatever revelation, I don't know what that revelation is. Um, I don't know what that revelation is. Whatever those
yeah,
revelations
because
are,
I have problems too. I
it
have
does not
issues with like
change any of the facts.
right. I have issues with Geronda Pace. Like, why
Yeah,
did
me
you
too.
not
Me
sue
too.
your uncle that molested you? Why didn't you sue that? But the case ain't about her and her uncle. It's about her and Rob, you know. And so,
Um, Coco says at the end of the day, Rashana has testified and Richard Arline pleaded guilty is the nail in the coffin. It's not the nail in the coffin, but yeah, he's sitting on it.
so,
It's all bad.
so
None of it is good. It's all
basically,
bad.
yeah,
Because regardless, again, you can, nothing that is revealed about any of these women is going to change the fact that Rob did what he did. None of it.
well,
If
I
he
wasn't
bought the
really there.
girls,
I
if the
wasn't there.
girls were
I ain't
sold to
saying
him,
he did nothing.
well, you can keep that stance. That's fine. You can keep that stance.
I ain't seen nothing. I told,
Well,
yeah, I don't believe nothing they say.
just because you didn't see it doesn't mean it didn't happen.
That's
You
true.
know, just because, just because you
But
didn't see
I'm
it doesn't mean it didn't
also,
happen.
yeah,
But what I'm saying is,
yeah,
you could be a prostitute 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. If he paid for your services for 4 hours and kept you for 4 months against your will, you being a prostitute 12 hours a day, 7 days a week means zero. It means zero. Absolutely nothing.
yeah. And
Nothing
what I
that is
don't
going,
like, what
nothing
I
that
don't,
is revealed about any of these women is going to change a charge against him. It's not going to change not one charge against him. So the bashing of victims, the dredging up of dirt, it does not help him. It does not change one charge in his case. Not one.
I hope the defense got some banging stuff because I'm tired. For the past few days, they've showed us Richard Arlene done or Arline or however you want to pronounce it.
I
They
say our
showed us,
line, but I don't know that's the way to pronounce it.
yeah,
That's just what I say.
they showed us that he's pleaded guilty.
Right. Don Russell's copped a plea.
Don Russell done copped the plea, and it don't look good for him.
Rashana and her parents have testified. So, you can talk about all the other victims in this case. What you gonna do with Rashana? What can you do with Rashana? What can you do with Aaliyah? Coco, you can't eliminate either one of them.
Yeah.
And you can't pretend that he's not guilty of both of them.
Oh my God, here we got Michelle in the bushes listening. Now she wants to say Don Russell has not pled to anything. Go open a Pacer account and read
Don
exactly.
Russell started negotiating a plea, I believe it was in November.
Go get a
Damn,
Pacer
read the
account
damn court records. Stop
and
coming on
read
here
the
with
document
uninformed
and stop
opinions
listening
and
to
go
these
get some
other
facts.
bloggers. We are the truth over here. This is why I bring her on. Stop listening to what other bloggers are telling you guys. Go get a Pacer account and
It's
read.
simple. All you have to do is pull up the documents. That's
He's
it.
in
That's all.
negotiation.
He pled in November. He was negotiating a plea deal in November. My God. Every
Michelle,
single status hearing is not going to mention his plea deal. He was negotiating a plea deal in November. I believe in November. October, November, but it's in the court records and it's in there more than once. No, they didn't mention it today, but he's negotiating a plea deal, sweetie. Read the records. Not going to argue with you.
right?
Bye-bye.
Yeah. And then they changed his judge. Things that make you go, He was
It don't make
before
them go,
a
because they don't
judge.
think. They don't think. They don't
He's
think.
in
They just
front of a different
regurgitate
judge now.
what they hear
He's in front
bloggers
of
say.
Ann Donnelly, people. Rob's judge. He's in front of her now. So anyway, back to the people that can read and comprehend, not listening to other bloggers. Go get a Pacer account and you can read the case. You can see everybody's hearing. You can see
Tells you
all of
exactly
that.
what went on in court.
That's
Okay?
what went on in court. And I'm so sick of people that cannot read.
Yeah, he's in plea
Cannot
negotiations. Yes.
comprehend. So what
Keep the
you
truth.
need to do is
Let
go
me read
get a
this comment.
Pacer account.
Keep the truth. I am watching in the bushes. He is in plea negotiations. Stop listening to these bloggers. They are lying to you, Michelle. Yeah, he's been in plea negotiations. He copped a plea immediately after he was arrested. He's been in plea negotiations since last year.
Why isn't Tasha K focusing on this? Why isn't she talking about Richard Arline
Or Don Russell.
or Don Russell? Why isn't she keeping you abreast of what's really going on?
Thank you, Coco. We appreciate you and everyone else who's here.
Yeah.
Really appreciate you guys coming. You know, it's sad that people don't take the initiative to do their own research. And I mean real research. I don't mean the
Michelle, we're not
research.
going to argue with you. He's in plea deal negotiations, so he's going to cop a plea. He's in with Aunt Donnelly. Okay? So bad. No, I don't know everything, but I can comprehend. He's been in plea deals. Now
I know everything about the damn law. How about that? That I know.
And I don't know nothing about the law, but I find it mighty strange.
I know everything about the damn criminal law. How about that?
He's now
you do not go into negotiations unless you are taking a plea, dumbass. Man, kick her out of here, man. I'm sick of her already. Kick her out.
Yeah.
Let her take her dumb ass over there somewhere.
Yeah, I don't even like. I don't even. You know, I love this man. We had a family relationship. This shit hurts me. When I wake up, go to Pacer, and see all of this stuff. Like, what the fuck? I got this man to plead guilty, but I'm still supporting him no matter what. I mean, I got people pleading guilty to shit.
Keep the truth. I do not have time for those type of people. I really don't. And you know, I am on no sleep. I've been up for
I'm having
30 hours. So I am a bit short patient today. And I apologize for yelling and cursing, but she got on my last nerve and I ain't got but one left. Like I just,
has been
you know, it hurts me.
We're not trying to argue over here. Me and Lady Alicia, I'm for him. She's against him. She's familiar with the law.
Okay, so, wait, stop. Okay, let me say this. When she says I'm against him,
not against him, but
I'm just gonna say it like this because I am and I'm not. I believe he should go to jail. I believe that. I believe he's committed crimes. I believe that. I do not believe that he should go to jail for the rest of his life. I do not see how he's going to benefit from being in jail for the rest of his life. I do think he needs to serve some time. He has committed crimes. There's no question in my mind about that. I've seen the evidence. I know he married Aaliyah. It's no question in my mind. So I do believe that he should go to prison for the crimes that he's committed. I just don't think that prison time should be life.
And I believe that due to his to other things that Robert needs help, and I want him to get the help that he needs.
I believe that he needs help as well.
Him no matter what, but I'm also intelligent enough to see what he's up against, and I don't like what I've seen in the past few days, where I've been crying and everything.
I believe that he needs help as well.
These are hard pills to swallow. I do not know the man that these people are showing. I do not know a monster that they're saying he is.
I mean, just because they label him as a monster doesn't mean that he's a monster. I truly believe that he is a sick individual. I believe he is sick. And I do believe that he needs help. But I also believe that he needs to serve some time. I also believe that he needs to be held accountable by the legal system for the crimes that he's committed because he's never, ever been held accountable legally. And I just feel like if he's never held accountable, he will never grasp the, what's the word that I'm looking for?
Yeah.
He'll never grasp the seriousness of his actions because, it can't be serious. They let me go. Can't be serious. I got off. It can't be wrong. I feel that he does need to serve some prison time and he does need to seek help. And I just don't feel that prison time should be the rest of his life.
No. And yeah, Tracy, he is innocent
He's
until proven
innocent until
guilty.
proven guilty in the
But
court of law, but we're not in a
the
court of
way,
law.
yeah,
And this is my opinion. This fool said free kills. Tracy, go sit down somewhere. You sound like my kids.
free
Right here,
kills,
free
free
kills.
kills,
My
please,
son
please.
right here, free kills. I'm like, boy, if you don't go
Yeah,
somewhere and sit down.
but I don't want to see, for the past, 2 days.
Phoenix Rising says that's where I differ. I believe he should receive probation with serious stipulations such as mental health supervision, maybe medication. The incarceration is not rehabilitation. Well, the incarceration is not supposed to be rehabilitation. It's supposed to be punishment for the crime you committed. And
And that,
unfortunately,
yeah, no,
his charges with the federal government in New York are non-probationable. So they can't give him probation because not probationable.
well, the truth, this is what we talked about earlier. Um, I said F Tasha K, spreading this, and you're right. She's talking. She's no better than the low life bloggers we have on here.
Oh, she didn't say low life bloggers. That was April's comment. Wasn't mine.
I
Keep the
did.
truth
I
says,
said it.
why would any of these bloggers think it's a good idea to spread Tasha K information about the victims and their families when his charges are obstruction of justice and witness intimidation? Because they think all of it is BS. They think it's all phony, it's made up. There is no evidence, and they don't even know what that means. Because if they knew the definition of intimidation and obstruction, they wouldn't do it on a daily basis.
Yeah, and actually, yeah, she is. I guess calling her names. Didn't she call her a cokehead or something?
Who? Call who a cokehead?
Didn't
You know what? We're not gonna do that.
right,
I'm not gonna repeat anything
right. Yeah,
negative
that's
about
I'm not gonna do that
Azriel
either.
or
Because
any
at the
of the
end of
other
the day,
victims. I'm not gonna do that.
yeah, at the end of the day, um, we don't know. None of us was there,
And she
and
wasn't there either. She wasn't there either. Tasha K was not there.
yeah. But like I said, for 2 years to be bashing somebody, sending the feds material and everything, and the
Oh, she sent the feds everything she had.
and then to flip on them, you're no better than them ex-employees of his.
Well, the ex-employees don't have a choice.
Right.
Tasha K is not facing jail time. The
Yeah.
ex-employees are facing charges. She ain't facing no charges.
Yeah. So
Who bought
you,
her?
yeah.
Who bought her?
So in a few months, yes, Beatrice, Rob's entire story is sad to me, and that's why I spend a many nights crying because
It is a sad story.
it's a sad story.
It is an extremely sad story. But lots of people have them.
Hmm. Yeah.
Tracy Porter say,
Oh, yeah.
okay. Tracy Porter said, "Why I have to be a fool of my opinion? Sit your ass down somewhere too and respect others' perspective like we doing for you." Okay, I don't know who he talking
Who
to,
you talking
but
about,
I hope
Tracy?
it wasn't me. We don't want to
Okay.
know.
We
Let
love
him
you,
have that.
Tracy. Yeah. Only thing, you know, the only thing is
Beatrice, I pray for him too. I pray for everybody involved in this case.
yeah,
I pray for Rob. I pray for the victims. I pray for the attorneys. I pray for the prosecution. I pray for the judge.
yeah,
I pray for everybody involved in this case.
yeah. And this morning when I woke up and it was Don Russell, and then as I went on to get my information that I can read and comprehend, I thought it was mighty strange that now his judge is Ann Donnelly, and you know he
Well,
added, he
it's not.
continued to after because I think Rob Trial's supposed to charge to
In
start
April.
in April, but he doesn't go to court till May. I found that suspicious to me.
Yeah,
Very
that's
suspicious. And so, for those that are really thinking, I just found it very suspicious. So, I can look at it like this: either Don is going to testify, because we do know he's been in plea negotiations. The judge was changed to Ann Donnelly, which is Rob's judge. Are you guys following me? Which is Rob's judge, and he does not go back again till May.
well, in the beginning, when they first arrested Don,
We know you're not a fool, Tracy. We love you. Yeah.
when they first arrested Don, uh, the government wrote a letter saying that the cases were connected and informed Ann Donnelly of Don's charges and everything and told them that, the cases were connected because he did that on behalf of Robert. So it should be no surprise that he's now in front of Donnelly because, the charges that the crimes that he committed were for R. Kelly and, pursuant to this case.
And even because I always felt like Don was a good friend to him, even if
And I never felt that way.
and even if he did this, what he did without his knowledge, trying to be a good friend, look at where he's at. Look at where he's at. You know, I mean, people might have been trying to help him. I tried to help. What?
Okay, let me read Miss Margaret's comment. She says the judges and judicial should be investigated. The black robe does not mean honesty. Why should the judges be investigated, Miss Margaret? What have the judges done that makes you feel they should be investigated? That's what I want to know. Because, the judges have only followed the law. That's all they've done. They followed the law. And that's what they're going to do. Um, I mean, they don't really have, how can I say it? The judges are there basically to administer the law and make sure that everything is fair under the law and that, all legal processes are adhered to and followed. And, that's all they can do. That's all they can do. They don't bring in evidence, they don't render personal opinions. They're just there to make sure that the law is administered in the manner that it should be. And they've done that. So unless I missed something, and it's very possible that I did, I just would like to know why you feel that the judges should be investigated.
Yeah. All
Thank
right.
you,
Yes, we
Tracy.
do have
When
a
you get through, you
social.
can come over here because, man, it looked like a white
Yeah, but
Christmas. It is
everybody
snowing
is
so hard
doing
over
good.
here.
Well, I live in Joliet. We're in Illinois, Chicago, Joliet, and it is a snowstorm. And we thank you, Tracy, for coming in. Um,
Yes.
you know, also too, basically in the past 2 days, the government has shown me the reason they didn't give him bail. You got one man pleading guilty for what did Richard Allen plead guilty to?
Trying to bribe Azriel.
And then folks calling in lifetime. I mean, this is the reason why.
Exactly. Exactly. Because it's called
They show you.
obstruction of justice, which is exactly,
They think,
excuse
you
me,
know,
it's exactly what the government is accusing him of doing in his '08 trial. So it's extremely hard for a judge to look at it and say, hey, you know, he didn't, maybe he didn't obstruct justice when you have people out here that are obstructing justice in this case. When you have witnesses who say, yes, he paid us off, he threatened us in the last case.
yeah.
Phoenix Rising said, what are your thoughts on time served parole with stiff stipulations such as mental health counseling, perhaps medication, drug testing, etc.? Mm. Well, I don't know that. Okay, first of all, yeah, I don't know. Because
Where you at?
Okay, I'm gonna get to keep the truth in a minute. Let me answer that question, Phoenix's question. Phoenix, I don't know that they could give him time served because he's only been in jail, what, 2 years? And yeah, he's facing hundreds of years in prison if he's convicted. Let's just take away all of his charges and let's just focus on Rashana's case. Okay? Rashana's case, all by itself, is a mandatory minimum. The least he can get on Rashana's case is 10 years per tape, per charge. There are four. That's a minimum, mandatory minimum of 40 years if he's convicted, just on her. How could they possibly give him time served on a mandatory 40-year sentence? Judges have to go by the sentencing guidelines. You have to follow the sentencing guidelines. There is no way around that. You can't sentence anyone when you have sentences that carry mandatory minimums. You can't sentence a person to anything less than what the mandatory minimum is. So if they give him the minimum on each charge, the minimum is 10 years per charge. That's 40 years. He's been in jail not even 2. How can that be time served on 40 years? And that's just one case. So, no, I don't agree to time served because he hasn't served any time. I don't agree to parole. I don't agree. And even if they wanted to, they couldn't. Unless they get rid of all those charges and they charge him with something lesser than what he's charged with right now, and they charge him with something that carries a lesser sentence or that does not have a mandatory minimum sentence, I can't see how they can't legally, it's not legally possible.
Yeah, and again, like I say, um, I'm standing by him no matter what. Um, but I'm also not.
Well, Phoenix, wait a minute. Let me read Phoenix's comment. Phoenix said, I'm retired mental health arena. I have had clients who have committed more heinous crimes who get that type of sentence. In your opinion, they're more heinous crimes. In your opinion. They're more heinous in your opinion. But the fact in law is the fact in law. And the fact is, his charges carry a mandatory minimum. And nobody can skirt that. You can't get around that. So the charges may be more heinous in your opinion, but they're not more heinous in the fact of law.
Yeah. Is there any kind of way all of the charges can be dropped against him?
Yes. Yes, there's a way. Is it probable? No. There's always a way. But
Is there a practical way that
listen,
yeah. Is
The
there any better way?
probability,
I mean, I'm trusting and believing. You know,
you cannot trust and believe in fallacy, April. You can't. You cannot trust and believe in fallacy. You read those documents. You don't know the law, but you know enough to know. And I explain it to you.
yeah.
You can't believe in a fallacy. There is nothing wrong with hope, but you can't believe in something that is not real. You have This man has over 50 people testifying against him. And these are not just his ex-employees. These are employees at hotels he stayed in. These are employees at venues that he's performed at. These are employees of airports, of airlines. You just can't get around all of it. And let's not even discuss the 100 devices with all the child porn on it. Like, come on. And he has yet to be charged with any of that. So,
Okay. Anyway, um,
holding out hope, you know what? Honestly, you should be hoping that he understands what he did, that he takes responsibility, and that he truly tries to get himself some help. That's what you should be hoping for. Not that, oh my God, he can miraculously get out. For what? For what? Get out for what? So he can boost his ego even more, feed his narcissism even more, and do worse this time around? No, that's not what you hope for. You know? Hope that he gets it this time. Hope that he understands the seriousness of this. Hope that he honestly wants to get help and honestly wants to get better. That's what will help him, not a get out of jail free card. That's not going to help him. He got one before. How'd that work? Keep the Truth says his associates testified in front of grand jury. Yes, yes. I know it's sad, and I know his entire life has been sad, but a sad life, it just does not excuse crime. It is not, it's not a reason to allow somebody
hey, Tip Tip.
to commit crimes. Hey, Tiff.
Yeah. Okay.
Appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you, girl. I'm just trying to absorb all of this information. This entire week, I've been down in the dumps because I said one man to plead guilty to this, one plea deal, then the judge then changed on the person that's in plea deal negotiation, and he don't go back until after Rob trial start. Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot. And stay tuned. There is more to come. I told you, the closer you get to pre-trial, all type of shit is going to be happening. It's going to get crazy. It's going to get crazy. And then there's going to be pre-trial. And that should really be wild. I would be so shocked if it's not.
Wow.
It is 1:57.
Yeah,
Y'all know that's the bewitching hour for us because we watch
yeah.
General
We
Hospital
we are
at 2.
General Hospital fans, and also I guess this whole R. Kelly saga has become a soap opera as well,
A real life soap opera.
a real life soap opera.
Man, it's a
Make,
twist and turn every day.
you can make this stuff up.
Oh, we got the best actors.
Yeah, every
Phoenix Rising says, if you are operating from a position of trauma and your maturation level is 8 years old emotionally, yet you operate from an adult level, what do you do? I agree, Phoenix. I agree he needs mental health care. I absolutely agree. You will get no opposition from me on that end. I wholeheartedly agree with you. But here's the thing, he had the means, he had the opportunity to do all of that, and he did nothing. So now that he's facing hundreds of years in prison, you now want the justice system to do something for him that he didn't do for himself. And that's not their job. I'm sorry, but it's not their job. He didn't come in this and say, hey, I've got mental health issues. He came in this as the narcissist that he is, and he said, not guilty. And he's been holding on to that for 2 years.
yeah,
Everything he knows he's done, everything they've shown him he's done, all the evidence, he's still saying, not guilty. Now, I am praying and hoping that he changes that plea come pretrial conference.
yeah, yeah,
Exactly. He has to admit that he's sick.
yeah,
And he has admitted that he has issues. Every single last one of those girls said he knows he has a problem. So it wasn't that he didn't know. He knew. He just chose not to help himself.
yeah, yeah,
So, it's sad and I get it. I really do.
yeah.
But,
Like I said, I've had to follow. Uh, we got a Facebook user asking what problem does we have, but we're getting ready to end this show because we watch General Hospital, and
and it's on.
actually we come on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I don't care who comes to my channel. I'm not looking for no big fan base. I am looking for the truth, and I am going to express how I feel about anything I see that is dirty and wrong. Um, from my viewpoint, if you don't like it, you don't have to come into the show. But also, I have my you know, I support him no matter what. Don't ever get that twisted. I don't like what's been shown to me this week. I don't
Yeah,
like that.
it's been hard. It's been hard.
And
And on
so
that note, we're
we
going to
out.
thank you guys for coming. Lady
Peace,
of Leisure,
love, and
I'm out.
everybody else.
Stay
Okay.
safe, y'all.
All right.